We're recapping. Wow, what an interesting mod. Oh, he's got his handgun. Hold on a second. Break yourself, fool! Oh, get wrecked, son! Get wrecked! And that's how Germany won World War V. It's pretty accurate, you guys. It's pretty accurate. Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to the defense of the SIEGFRIED line here for Men of War Assault Squad 2. We've got American and British forces pushing through. You can see the M3A1 and, of course, the British Tetrarch pushing forward with U.S. troops to try to destroy the SIEGFRIED line. So again, this is the Forgotten Fronts mod. Check down below in the description and go ahead and let me know your favorite defense of World War II down below in the comments section. This is going to be one beastly defense. We've got a hell of a lot of defenses set up here in terms of hedgehogs, barbed wire, AT mines, AP mines, machine guns, and of course the dragon's teeth here that make up a bulk of our defensive line. American forces are arriving on the left side, and over on the right side we've got quite a good defense set up over here as well, with a lot of our troops just hopping now into foxholes and big trenches and everything else to try to hold the enemy back. So let's see if we can push this one up to 1,000 likes. With your support, the channel will continue to grow, and these fantastic mod makers will be supported as well. So get her done, boys. Looks like we've got some wounded troops over here, and luckily we've got a medic around as well. So let's go ahead and get our medic up somewhere around here and see if we can heal up some of these troops. He may be waiting over on the right side as well, as that's going to be one hell of a defensive zone to hold. Of course, the Americans got their 50 cals, and they've got their Scots and their Pershings and their Shermans, but we've got German steel ready and waiting for them in the form of a Stug and, of course, a Hetzer on the other side. Not to mention Pak-40s that we can place inside of bunkers as well. Going to go ahead and get that one done and get this AT gun right up here and ready to rock. And, of course, we've got some of our troops being resupplied by airdrop from our commanding officer as well, who's calling in and directing supplies. I believe he's over here waiting to supply another group, so let's get them out. 23 minutes left on the defense, and I hear from command, as always, there's always reinforcements on the way. We'll see how true that proves to be here today, though I wouldn't really count on what you hear from high command. We've got troops who are digging out additional trenches as well for us to put troops in, and of course we've got barbed wire that's been placed on multiple locations as well to try to funnel the enemy into some kill zones. Alright, some more supplies are coming out. We've got our commanding officer pushing over to the right side to supply these troops as well and give them hell. Alright, let's go ahead and get some more supplies out onto the field, and it looks like the enemy's pushing closer with half-tracks and Tetrarchs. They're starting to hit this defensive line, and they're starting to be hit by the defensive line as well. So the enemy has lost a half-track there, and the Tetrarch's trying to look for an opening in the defensive line. Of course, there is openings in the defensive line, but the Americans and Brits aren't stupid. They know damn well that we put AT mines there, but eventually they're going to be desperate, and they're going to have to test them out to try to push through our defensive line here. We've got ourselves a Nebelwerfer in the back waiting, somewhere around here. There it is, a Nebelwerfer ready and waiting for if the enemy gets a little bit closer. Let's check the range on this. If the enemy just crosses the SIEGFRIED line, they'll be eliminated by Nebelwerfer rounds. And it looks like over on the right side, they're trying to push through. We do have AT soldiers standing by somewhere to try to eliminate them if they get too close. I think we have a Panzerschreck around here somewhere. We'll have to look for it. But if those Tetrarchs get too close, definitely these troops will be able to throw AT mines and hopefully eliminate enemy vehicles as they come in. There's our medic over here on the right side. So only one medic. We were very, 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 very thinly spread along this defensive line, but we do have German steel ready and waiting in the form of that Stug 3, of course, with the beautiful MG42 on top, and the Hetzer that's kind of peeking around the corner over here near this bunker on the right side. So very, very good weapons to have here. And it looks like our trenches have just gotten completed in construction. So let's put all of our troops in there. And I don't think we really have much time or any sort of manpower to build any more defensive than we've already got, but at least we can put down, for example, one-man deep foxholes and try to get everybody in a defensive position to hold the line. So as I had said, help supposedly is on the way. We've got a few half-tracks around, and we've got those two guns, and that's about it. We've got ourselves a half-track over here, which has apparently immediately been hit, so we'll go ahead and see if we can repair that up and get our troops here inside of it, and we'll continue to put some of our soldiers in defensive positions and try to hold for the enemy. So we're looking like we're defending about as best as we can. The left side is what I'm most worried about, as there's a hell of a lot of troops here already, and we've just got to hold for another 20 minutes, though more Tetrarchs, half-tracks, and more troops are on the way. Oh, it's only going to get worse from here as we start to really be grinded down by the Allied war machine. But our troops are highly trained and are not going to back down without a fight. We've also got minefields here ready and waiting for the enemy, so that way if they clear the first line and start to advance, they're going to have to go through hedgehogs with their tanks, which means they'll have to go this direction. And of course, infantry, if they go through that way, they're going to be liquidated by those mines. But first, they must get through a set of AT mines on both entrances, and also we repaired an area here where a heavy artillery strike did hit the wall a little bit. Allied forces are being cut down quite quickly by those machine guns, but it's only a matter of time until they start to run out of ammunition. We'll have to fall back to some of the trucks. And we've got a few fallback positions for our troops as well, though it'll take some time before we've got more troops up here to fill in a lot of our defenses. Looks like we're starting to get more troops everywhere, so I'm going to ask that everyone get out your spade, boys, and start digging defensive trenches to try to stay alive as long as possible and spread out as much as possible, too. We've got a little bit of room here. Looks like one of our soldiers here does have Panzer Shrek that, unfortunately, he was killed first by some random machine gun fire. So let's make sure we've got this weapon up and ready. We want to make sure our AT's already ready to go at all times. Machine guns are opening up, and Allied troops are starting to break through the line just a little bit, but this line here is mostly to stop tanks from pushing through, and it looks like we just missed a little bit of an explosion from a half-track that just hit a mine and or rolled over, trying to realign itself or something like that. It's stuck over on the side here, but it looks like an M8 Scott is trying to push through, as well as a Tatriarch over here on the left. So let's see if they happen to push forward. Our Stug, I don't think, can fire because it's just behind a bunker here that the entrance is, but we don't need that with that kind of an explosion. Wonderful. Oh, beautiful. So Allied forces are not going to be able to get through there. They are trying to push over on the right side. They've got a Scott right up there on the edge, which is going to make it really bad for our troops over here on the right side. Of course, they're getting shot quite easily by Allied forces, and we've got our commanding officer here. Let's get some more supply down then for these remaining trenches. Look, oh, looks like we're actually out of munition, so let's get him up here in a defensive position. You see that Pac-40 firing from the bunker here. Wonderful to see that thing opening fire on Tatriarchs, which are over here somewhere. May have actually gotten shot. Looks like it did get tracked and possibly decrewed by the shell that bounced around inside after a good hit, so it's got to be quite the catastrophe inside there. Alright, looks like another Scott's trying to push up here, this time on the right side. Allied troops also trying to make their way across the opening here, but no such luck. Let's see if we get a nice, big, beautiful explosion here today. Cross your fingers, boys. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Though I want to see more smoke, fire, and explosions. 2 of them is pretty good. That tank definitely better be dead. Alright, so it looks like they're starting to push with more Scots now. More American armor is starting to arrive, and we've got ourselves a Cromwell now, a Mark 8 Cromwell now pushing up through the woods as well. So we're starting to see heavier British armor. Hopefully that dies to the minefields. Here comes another good mine hit over here on the side. Oh, come on now. Just push up just a little bit and they'll get bit. Our Stug is in a nice defensive position, so if Allied troops happen to make it across, they're going to get hit right here as he can peek right through just behind this bunker once they make it through the minefield. We'll let the minefield do the work first, and then we'll let the Stug start eliminating vehicles that happen to make it through. Though it'll be some time until we actually see who makes it through. Defensive lines are holding nicely. Volkstrom is primarily defending this line with a very interesting MP3008. Oh, and it looks like another Scott. Oh, wow. Actually, the Cromwell pushed forward and is now lit up by that wonderful explosion, and it looks like some of the ammunition's cooking off there today. Of course, this using the Valor mod as well, so a lot of animations and such are being used in this as well. So it's very cool to see here. Looks like a Tatriarch over here is trying to pick on us just a little bit. Let's roll up just a tad to see if we can hit him. It's going to be hard to hit things from here until they're actually out in the open through the forest. But our machine guns are doing a great job of cutting down enemy infantry, and we're not too worried about light Allied armor. Oh yes, this is definitely light armor compared to the glorious and wonderful armor of the fatherland. Look at that, it's got a little Desert Rat logo on the front of it, even though they're not in the desert. They're not in Kansas anymore either. Tank stranded now out on the defensive line here. It looks like it just broke through and is being hit by the Pac-40 and or the Hetzer that are firing from the hilltop. Oh, nice. 2 hits. Yep, that's definitely both of them shooting. Look at that. The shells are penetrating. Some of the crew must be dead, but the gun is back up and running again. I don't know what they're trying to hit. Possibly the trench over on the left side. Come on, boys. Let's hit them with that Pac-40 now. I'm going to take my own shot at it and see if we can one and done them. Oh, very nice hit on the front of that tank, but still standing, taking a lot of hits here, even from the minefield. Oh, come on now. Let's see if we can eliminate this. Over on the left side, if you look at the mini-map, it looks like a lot of troops have arrived, and this tank finally finished off here. It looks like it took a big hit, and the crew inside is dead. Over on the left, a big pileup of enemy vehicles. So you're going to be, if you're heading south on the Octung 5 today, you're going to be late because we got a lot of mattress and lanes, and of course, looks like an M3A1 overturned. Watch out. All right, so it looks like there's a lot of enemy troops pushing up A lot of infantry, a lot of tanks, troops, and transports, and all sorts of other messes coming our way, but it looks like they're starting to... Ooh, somebody hit an AP mine. Excellent. They're starting to break through the main line here, but they are hitting the barbed wire that is just inside of there. They are making it around some of that, though. They must have come out an earlier night or something and cut that wire. A lot of infantry now starting to push through on that wire. Very interesting. Okay, we've got quite a good defensive position set up here, and let's go ahead and see what we can do in terms of getting troops. Actually, we don't. These trenches aren't completely full, so we'll put some more troops here. Once that first line falls, then we are going to fall back. But wait a minute, headquarters finally came through with the wonderful Tiger tanks. Oh yes, indeed, we've got ourselves troops coming up as well. It looks like we've got the 2511. Pushing up. Wow, look at that. A random machine gun round landed inside of it, wounding some of the troops. But here are the wonderful and glorious Tiger tanks with just 15 minutes left on the clock. Let's go ahead and reinforce that right side then on that trench line that was on the front lines here. Let's push through, disregard the tree. Let's go. We'll get the half track up here on the right side. And let's get those two wonderful Tiger tanks up and running on the left then. We've got a lot of enemy troops over here on the left side, so let's make sure both these Tiger tanks are our friend. We're going to try to get up here as soon as possible and hit that defensive line. Let's get this half-track up and running again as well. We can use the MG42 on the line. So it looks like British tanks are starting to arrive again in bulk. Over on the right side, we've got a much better position to hit those, but over on the left, we could send one to each side, but I think a lot of the action is going to take place over here on the left side, and we'll have some of those troops hop off the back of the Tiger tank, so that way they can be used in the trenches as well. Nebelwerfer still standing by, though not a good target yet to hit. Ooh, but that's one good hit there as another enemy tank blows up on the crossing between enemy territory and ours, right into Germany. Not so fast. You're not going any further into Germany than that. All right, over on the right side, looks like the half track is ready to rock. Let's go ahead and push up and see if we can clean out some of these troops as we push forward. All right, boys, bail out. And the half track is going to try to escort some of these troops up to that defensive line. And these are much better than the Volkssturm we were fighting with before, so hopefully they last a lot longer. Half-track's rolling up. Let's go ahead and see if we can hop into that defensive trench. Excellent. Enemy troops are hitting AP mines. Wonderful. Get up there, boys. Double time it into that trench. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Not everyone's going to make it, I think. Oh, they did. Wow. Coming under heavy fire already from Allied troops that are taking refuge in the defensive line itself. Wow. Very interesting. MG42 opening up from our half-track as well. Very nice to see over on the left side. Let's get those Tiger tanks up and running. God damn, they actually hit our half-track. Those pesky bastards. Looks like a Cromwell or something reached out and hit our half-track at some point. Oh, that's not good. Let's get our troops off here then. And let's make sure everyone's dismounted and in a good position to eliminate enemy troops and tanks that come through. All right, a lot of our troops pushing out into the open. Let's go ahead and start filling in some trenches that have been damaged and or slightly pushed back at all. I don't think we've actually really taken any losses anywhere. We do have the ability to put some troops in this trench. Oh, actually, we can put some of our men right here up against the tree. Very good. And we'll save some of them in this trench for later as well as the enemy gets a lot closer. Wow, all right, we're starting to see a lot of enemy troops over on the left side and also starting to break through over here where our other defensive line is. Luckily, the Tiger tanks are sitting right there and ready to block the enemy as they push in. Oh. We took a little bit of a hit from a tank, but we're still rolling, no problem. Beautiful explosion off in the distance. Tiger tanks using friendly vehicles as cover as well, as one is going to want to do in order to be defensive here. Enemy tank pushing up again. Do we have another crossing? I don't know. Look at all the enemy tanks here that have been bogged down. 12 minutes left in the defense. This is going gloriously, I must say. Enemy troops and tanks are starting to push up to the line, trying to drop off troops. You can see the scout car here, the M3A1 half-track there. And another one, all starting to drop off troops right in front of our kill zone here. We need a machine gun up here or something. We definitely have a Panzerschreck sitting and waiting there, though. Maybe we should bring some of those troops over to this side, then. Let's grab 3 of our boys and put them in that trench. That's going to be an extremely important defensive position as the enemy is continuously pushing forward. Oh, man, look at this. Even more tanks, even more troops now. Just hitting the front line and additional troops coming in from the rear. They're starting to receive reinforcements now. And over on the right side, it looks like the furthest they've got was that one tank. That was the most trouble they were able to give us. Everyone else is bailing out from the minefields, and they're hitting more minefields as they bail out as well. Looks like we've got more Cromwells coming in for the British. Into center, 2 Tiger tanks rocking it. Very good. Looks like our friendlies, one of them didn't make it there, or actually they did. All of them did make it. It's just a previous soldier who was dead from before Volkssturm. And let's go ahead and make sure our half-tracks are up and running if possible. They're starting to hit those. We can definitely pull the MG42s off of those, and we've got friendly forces in the rear as well that we can use to push up to the front as well, and reinforce anywhere where we take losses if the enemy happens to get a nice trench kill on us. Let's go ahead and see if we can get up here at all. Looks like it's a lost cause if we try to jump over the any of the sandbags here, so let's go ahead and not do that. Let's put some of our troops in better positions and try to spread out. Go, boys, spread out a little bit. There we go. All right, MG42s are opening up. Very good. Starting to hold that enemy back still. And let's go ahead and make sure our Nebelwerfer is ready to fire. Well, looks like we got a lot of enemy troops here, so let's give it hell. Here we go. All right, here comes the Nebelwerfer. Beautiful hits. Wonderful. Enemy troops getting liquidated. So much for that advance. They're starting to fall back across the line. Yep, look at that. They're retreating a little bit, but another wave coming up yet again. All right, boys, get up there and start continuing the fight. Let's go. Don't be a baby. Get up on that defensive line. Hold them back. There we go. All right, so we've got additional troops back here that can be brought up to fight, and we're just slicing through enemy armor on the other side of this defensive line. Another Cromwell knocked out by our Tiger tanks, and it looks like another one trying to come to the left side. Perfect. Over on the right side, a huge roadblock taking place, and it's the same deal over on the left side as well. Right and left side both having a huge roadblock, and a lot of troops pushing through in the center. It's interesting. We've got multiple machine guns here, though. We've got a machine gun here that was knocked out as well. We got to make sure we're continuously replenishing any troops that are dead and or defensive positions. Tank crew standing by here. Let's get them into cover. They could be indicated as staff, so let's just pretend like they're army staff, and we need to keep them defended. Somebody's got to count the bullets. All right, looks like a lot of troops here again. Can we hit them with the Nebelwerfer one more time? Should be almost reloaded about halfway. So it'll be a little bit longer until we get a shot over there. And on the right side, more troops trying to push through. And a big hit over here on the right side. I don't know exactly what took out a lot of our troops, but we're going to need a medic unless he's dead as well. They're getting very lucky with a lot of their shots, though don't imagine that we'll hold this defensive line forever. We reinforced this position, but the enemy's pushing through again. I don't see our medic online anywhere. Unfortunately, he must have been popped earlier, but they're still going to have to push through that minefield. That's right. Oh, man, and it's going to be a doozy out there if you guys are not watching your step. Oh, and another Scott destroyed. Beautiful. Oh, my God. That is incredible. Did you see that? That tank hit a mine, jumped up, got hit by an AT gun. That's incredible. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe that. That's insane. All right, we've got a half-track that's been repaired over here. Let's make sure our machine guns are still firing. We want to make sure all of our machine guns are up and rocking. And let's make sure our Nebelwerfer is ready to rock as well. Let's go ahead and select that. Where's our enemy troops here? Looks like a lot of enemies right here, just on the defensive line. If we push forward a little bit, let's see if we can do that. Let's go ahead and grab the truck and see if we can haul her up to the front a little bit. Wow, look at that. Random shots are just flying over the fire is so intense here that it's actually hitting some of our friendlies in the rear as well. That is amazing. Oh, what is this? Hold at least one strategic point. Well done, General. We've defended our position. Enemies are now retreating. All right, very good. I don't know if they're actually retreating just yet, but Pershing and his team will have a lot of work to do to make sure that this one is completely ironed out and perfect for you as well. We're playing this one a little early as the releases here, but it looks like enemy troops are still pushing forward. So don't go anywhere just yet. We're holding out for another 8 minutes or so. Then let's continue the fight until almost all enemy troops are defeated here. We got to hold the line. All right, looks like more enemy troops are pushing forward. Some are retreating, but a lot are still pushing forward into the defensive line. Very good. Let's go ahead and flip our Nebelwerfer around. And it looks like we put both of our troops in here. Let's go ahead and get one of our soldiers out of the truck. There we go. All right, let's get on that defensive line here. All right, let's see if we can flip this vehicle around. Where do we leave? Did we leave somebody behind? Never leave a man behind, damn it. All right, looks like they're really starting to get close. Just a few minutes left in the defense. More attacks are coming up, so rest assured the enemy's still here. They still got a fight in them. Pershing sitting here. They must be getting it ready to rock onto the battlefield. We're going to have to eliminate that vehicle as well. 2 Tigers should be able to take him on. Sorry, that's a whole different era. Okay, let's go ahead and get that gun flipped around. Nebelwerfer is getting ready to rock here in just a moment or two. All of our troops in our trenches are starting to hold the line as they are starting to really get close. All right, let's fire. Oh, can we fire? Should be able to fire. Get that gun rocking. Let's go. All right, guns turned and give them hell. There we go. Beautiful shells. Wonderful. Oh, look at that. The death and destruction. Troops even laying down and such are still getting killed as well. Absolutely incredible. All right, look at that. Some of the troops are starting to hightail it out of here. It's too good of a defensive line. Some enemies already started to retreat, but look at this, the insanity here, as enemy troops are everywhere in this defensive line like gum and hair. Wow, look at that. That is amazing. That is just incredible. Look at all the troops pushing up to the defensive line, the main lines, and not only the trenches that we dug as well. Looks like crew injured on one of our Tiger tanks. Must have taken a side shot or something like that. 2 Tigers working together beautifully, though, to make sure no one gets too close. Look at that. Enemy troops just trying to overwhelm the defensive position, but not even having a chance here. Looks like the Pershing. I don't know if there's engine trouble or something with it over here, but my God, are we doing a great job here. All right, let's see if we can hit him again with the Nebelwerfer. I'm sure it'll be sometime. We're at about the almost the halfway point for replenishment of that weapon. Let's go ahead and, wow. You can just see that there's so many troops on the field, too, ripped to the frames, but that's a good sign. That means there's good action going on and overwhelming numbers, though we're trying to thin them out as fast as possible. This video, by the way, brought to you by the MG42, promoter of high FPS, frags per second, and frames per second as well, as we try to eliminate all the troops here. Look at that, is amazing. Look at all the troops that are here, just trying to push through. We've destroyed so many tanks, almost countless number of tanks here on both sides. His vehicles are being abandoned, on fire, completely just obliterated. Wow, that is incredible. Let's try to hit that defensive line now on the left side. Let's see if we can clean out the defensive positions of the enemy where they're trying to shoot us from. Everywhere else is a killing zone for our troops. Let's try to get them out of here. All right, there we go. First Nebelwerfer shell hitting. Beautiful. More shells are hitting inside the defensive perimeter. Oh, very good. That Nebelwerfer is fantastic. Nebelwerfer, what does that mean in German? Do you know? I do know, but I want to know if you know, so let me know down below if you know. Oh, all right, so we've got plenty of troops pushing up. Let's try to carry this out with dignity then. The mod here, Pershing and his team, will just have to make sure that the mission lasts longer than 8 minutes. We tried to work that one out with them a few times, but this is the nice thing about showcasing mods here, is that sometimes they may be a little early, but by the time you're seeing it, the mod team has worked out 90% of these bugs, and they're really dedicated to making a good experience for you as well. So thank you very much, you guys, for hitting that like button too, and checking down below in the description to download these masterpieces as well. And please let them know Raptor sent you as well. Just comment, hey, Raptor sent me here, great mod, that kind of thing. Wow, ripped to the frames here. Look at all the troops, though. The mini-map has turned red like blood. Impressive. All right, let's see if we can more efficiently kill here. Looks like we've only got the HE rounds left here, or at least still loading. The MG42 on the fantastic Stug can really kill a lot of enemy soldiers quickly. Wow, more, I think those are, were those AP mines? What the hell's going on there? I have no idea if those were AT or AP mines. I think it's yes, AP mines that we placed around the hedgehogs earlier, so as the enemy tries to advance, they're going to be shitting their pants as they hit our defensive lines, mines, barbed wire, and everything else. Wow, they're actually getting closer over on the left side. Come on, boys, shoot back. Get that MG42 rocking. There we go. Get up here. Start shooting. Come on now. There we go. Wow, ripped to those frames again. Can barely even shoot. Okay, let's get Aaron Nebelwerfer. Aaron Nebel. Oh, damn. I think I just saw a gun fly by the screen. Somebody actually got hit so hard by a mine, they actually their gun flew up into the air. Look at this. With 8 minutes left, still enemy forces pushing in. This is going to be impressive. I think they will continue to come in until that 8-minute timer was to go out. So we're just going to sit here until the video gets to about 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and continue to watch the destruction and such until the computer, my computer, just can't take it anymore. All right, look at this. We've got more Scots, more Cromwells coming in. Looks like they're abandoning some of their vehicles. They're too cold. They're chickening out. I want to see that Pershing advance, though, but unfortunately, I think the scripting might not allow for it at the moment. Wow, look at those explosions. So good. They're so good. All right, more troops are pushing up. Looks like they've eradicated the defensive line here, and they're starting to push in, actually, to our staff zone in the center. We don't want to see that. We've got... Oh, there's that guy that I was looking for. The other guy for the Nebelwerfer. All right, let's see if we can get this thing firing again. This is impressive. Look at all the troops on the field. It's ridiculous. All right, look at this. So right side's holding strong. Left side's holding strong. Just the center that's a little trouble. Just a little bit of trouble as enemy troops are pushing forward. Let's make sure our guy... Yep, look at that. Wow, look at all our guys shooting like gangsters from inside the trench. Let's get them up to the line and see if they can shoot back at the enemy. And immediately as they go through the door, they're one and done. There's so many troops out there that they can just easily one and done our troops at this point. And that's why there's only just a few minutes left in the defense. Very desperate, but we're still holding all the positions in which we're supposed to at the moment. And Tiger tanks are at risk a little bit for flanking, so let's pull them back. And let's make sure that we're overwatching that defensive position down there. We'll keep one Tiger standing by. Wow, looks like our commanding officer here, tank commander, got thrown out of the tank at some point. continue to back up here, make sure we're watching over all the troops there. And let's see if we can liquidate them with our machine gun. All right, let's get that, swing that gun around. Let's get that coaxial ready to rock. The whole machine gun will watch the front, and the coaxial machine gun here should be able to eliminate troops getting close to the defensive position. They shouldn't be able to get down here without having to get past an MG42 first. And it looks like our gun depression is depressing as troops are starting to sneak by. Wow, this is absolute slideshow now. Look at the amount of concentration of enemy infantry. It's absolutely impressive. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. Nebelwerfer should be ready to rock. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a look at that. Is insane. You've got to be kidding me, the amount of troops down there. This looks like, again, I use it all the time, but a Black Friday sale. But unfortunately, we're closed this Thanksgiving, baby. Fire them up, baby. Yeah. Wow, shells just immediately liquidating troops, and they're hitting AP mines and such. Beautiful. Back up to the high frames. Very good. Wow, I think half the U.S. Army was killed with that one. Okay, looks like we've lost the field staff. Let's continue then until we actually are supposed to fall. Of course, the Allied forces did make their way through the Siegfried line eventually, but we're just going to hold now until we've lost most of our troops. Let's go ahead and see if we can back up with our tanks. It's a little dangerous now. Let's try to keep these Tiger tanks alive. We'll consider them to be aces of the West. Tank commander there dying. He couldn't get back into his tank for whatever reason. All right, oh, somebody's getting ready to throw an AT grenade. No. Wow, we're tracked. All right, one tank is now tracked. We're going to have to hold here then, make sure they are defended. Let's see what happens over on the left side. Enemy troops are trying to push forward. Let's get our back our Stug up a little bit. Oh, he's getting damaged as well. I think another AT grenade hitting the Stug, but only injuring the crew. So everyone's still okay. All right, back it up. Get that Stug up there. Let's see how long we can hold then. Left side is perfect. Right side is not even being touched. In the center, a little bit of trouble there as they've already captured that flag. But the left side, very, very good. We've got we've still got a defensive line here. They've got to get through the minefield first before they can advance. Two minefields, one down here and one over by the Hedgehog. Yeah, there we go. It's good to see our defense is actually working effectively. Wow, I'm surprised the machine gun on the on this wonderful beast is not firing off and killing everything. Let's make sure it's the anti-aircraft gun firing up. Very good machine gun on top of the Stug 3. Make sure it's firing. It will in anything that comes in its way. Very good. All right, let's go back over to the Tiger tanks. We just hopped over there. All right, looks like they're threatened a little bit by infantry that's covering them, and the Nebelwerfer, we're going to have to keep that alive. The Americans are going to want to flank that and spike that, as it's a very important artillery position for our men. It's the only thing that's holding a lot of that infantry back and keeping the frames up high, or at least as they can be. There's got to be at least, I don't know, 5,000 men for the enemy forces on the field right now, and we desperately need a, there we go, that's where we want to fire. Nebelwerfer's got to shoot right about here. MG42's opening up. Very good. Let's go ahead and continue the fire. See what happens here. Nebelwerfer's firing off. Up into the enemy infantry. Beautiful. Wonderful. More troops pouring in. I can't even believe it. 100 Nebelwerfers wouldn't even be able to do anything in this situation. All right, looks like we're able to engage enemy tanks now that... actually, the enemy tanks have finally broken through, possibly? No, over on the right side, no enemy tanks have really broken through at all. It's just a lot of Tatriarchs and Stewarts and such that are still trying to push through, but they're eventually being killed by our Hetzer or our PaK-40 up inside the bunker over on the right side. All right, look at that Tiger tank trying to hold the line. Both Tiger tanks. Nebelwerfer, that's going to be our last defensive position there. Our Stug, unfortunately, meeting a little bit of a trouble with the enemy's inability to destroy it. It's now just being surrounded by enemy troops. Hetzer, I wish you were here. I wish you were here to help, but unfortunately the Stug's got to do it alone. Eventually it will be destroyed. Let's see how long it takes. Enemy troops are trying to sneak up on us over on the left side. They have not yet captured that flag. It is now up to them to destroy the Stug before they can actually capture that flag, and they're still going to have to put up with fire going right into their face from that wonderful Stug. That is a 75mm Stug 40, STUK 40 gun on that. Look at that, beautiful. Wonderful mines and artillery hits and everything playing out here. The left side having an extreme amount of pressure on it. Nebelwerfer finally getting hit. Wow, amazing. Over on the right side, no real trouble. We've only lost our first defensive line, so nothing yet going on over there on the right side. Well, let's keep holding then. Let's see what exactly plays out here. We'll consider the mission a GG so far. One of our boys here is wounded, but the other one's getting up here. Tiger tank double track now over on that right side. It looks like our gun is vibrating for whatever reason. Come on, make sure you grab it. All right, we're going to stop this. We're going to grab one of the trucks and see if we can hook up to knock that nonsense off. Go, 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 go. Our hero here running towards the Opel Blitz 3.6. Go, baby. Capture that weapon. All right, both Tiger tanks now tracked. Let's go ahead and hold to the very last man and see what it takes for the enemy to push us back. Let's actually, maybe we could grab this thing. Is it actually destroyed? Is that why we can't link up with it? Looks like this weapon may be foobar, even though it still is capable of firing. It looks like for whatever reason we can't actually grab it. See if we can, for whatever reason we can't hook up. Let's see if we can bump it, do something to it. See if we can nudge it. There we go. Well, we stopped it from vibrating a little bit, but something going on here where we can't actually use it. We'll just say that it's destroyed. Just as the hull has been destroyed of our first Tiger tank, they finally pushed through and eliminated that and the crew. And it looks like our truck here might be stuck as well. We're going to call it GG on the Operation Nebelwerfer over here. Hop out of the truck. Yeah, for whatever reason, there's some sort of weird glitch going on where these weapons just won't sit still, and thus infantry crews can't go in and out of them for whatever reason. Oh man, too bad we couldn't get the Nebelwerfer out of there. We can now actually grab it. Let's see if we can. Oh, the engine's destroyed now, so unfortunately we can't do anything with it. We can't even tow it. We can get on the Nebelwerfer though. Let's see if we can get this enemy soldier out of the way. See if we can get one last Nebelwerfer shot. Grenade going out. Enemy soldier eliminated. Beautiful. Oh, and unfortunately our friendly is down. Tiger tanks are holding strong. Stug's still holding strong. They're going to have to eliminate the Stug if they want to get through on the left side. Right side is basically down to nothing. And I think, did we finally see the Stug get hit? No, well, it's being hit now by a multitude of... Wow, look at all the enemy infantry there. Let's actually put... Can we put an HE round into the ground? Wow, crew's injured again. Let's see if we can put an HE round down. Is this HE or heat rounds? HE round loaded. Yeah, get wrecked, boys. Oh, wow. None of these guys are dead from that HE? None of you? All normal, I guess, for these guys. Wow, second shot. Nothing. It's being absorbed by the defensive positions here. Okay, center position. It's completely fallen here. We weren't able to pull that Nebelwerfer back due to derpy circumstances. And, wow, that's a great band name. Over on the right side, we're holding the hill. Perfect defense. I wish we had that Nebelwerfer still. They're going to have to break through the Stug if they want to break through. So I'll just go ahead and bail out then, just so they can capture that flag to see if they put all their attention onto the right side. So we're just going to bail out on that one. They eventually would break that tank. It's just going to take a million years for them to break through. So I'm doing them a favor. I'm doing the Allied forces a favor. Over on the right side, they're just not breaking through. So we've still got the high ground up here. Enemy forces just not being able to push through. We've got plenty of ammunition too for our tank. We've got about 7 APCBC and APCR rounds, plus 22 HE rounds to eliminate all enemy infantry. Looks like they're just ignoring us over here. All right, finally the left position has fallen, but over on the right, man, MVP defensive position, yes. Very nice. We had plenty of trenches on the left side, I think, to try to counteract the amount of infantry we saw. And in the center, some of those bunkers are very effective as well. But you don't want to shoot the enemy from a bunker. You want to shoot them when they're coming out of a very narrow spaces. It makes it easier for the MG42s. Look at this. The amount of chaos. All the red is the enemy dead, and all the yellow is, of course, our friendly troops. So really, with a force of maybe 50 to 60 men who've died so far, we've eliminated a force about maybe 10 times that size. I don't know if enemy infantry is coming over or not. They're definitely going to try to break through, but it's going to take some time. So let's just kind of see how it may play out here. All right, our trenches are starting to be hit. Enjoy the slideshow here, unfortunately, as there's so many infantry on the screen. No matter what kind of a computer you have, that's just going to be a bad news bears. One of the enemy tanks eliminated PAC-40 MVP, and another one right here next to the defensive line. Let's see if we can hit him. Here we go. All right, one right through. That's good. And another crew bailing. More Scots trying to find their way around, but great Scott. We've destroyed 1 million of them, not to mention all the Tatriarchs as well that have died. The Pershing would have been one beast to take on, but I think we could have taken it on with the Tiger tank, no problem. All right, very good. Ooh, our hets are starting to take hits. Looks like maybe an HE round landed back there. I see a crater. And we've got a heat round loaded as well. Oh, very nice. Look at this. Enemy infantry is finally coming over from the right side. Let's hold. Get the Hetzer up here to do what it does best. All right, let's go ahead and get them in a good position. Point down at enemy soldiers. MG42s are opening up. All right, let's hit them with all the rounds we can. All right, boys, this is our final stand. We've got our commanding officer up here next to the PAC-40. This is going to be the defense of the Siegfried line. This is pretty much historically, I suppose, how it played out. This is 1,000,000,000% accurate, guys. Every round that's flying in the air is a 1-to-1 recreation. That or it's just a game and we're having a good time. I don't know. No, go. Go away. America sneaking in from behind. Oh, this guy MVP over here. You some bitch. Wow, this guy actually sneaking in to come up behind the Hetzer and put the flag up. Wow, they're still capping even though we're right here and that guy's dead. Oh, there we go. All right, very good. What? No, I haven't lost the right flank. The American flag's going right back down. Oh, come on now. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're rolling in this until every soldier is dead. We've still got our friendly flag going up. Looks like the Americans are really trying to push through here. Over here on the left side, I think there's some fire coming in from there, and it looks like the Hetzer. Oh shit, they're actually walking around it now. Let's get these guys out of the way. And just shoot them up. All right, beautiful MG42 on this thing. There we go. All right, we're holding the right side. We never really lost it. They started to cap, but we stopped them. All right, let's go ahead and continue the defense. Let's get some of these soldiers up here, see if we can throw some grenades. Beautiful HE hits from our PAC-40s and such. Oh man, all right, I don't think our PAC-40 is going to do anything anymore where it is. Let's get these guys up for just regular infantry. I'm trying to get the enemy close to the enemy so we can throw grenades, but look at that, a whole cavalcade of men out there. Not going to go so well for us. Let's see if we can actually get out there and do some damage with our MG42 now. Let's back away from the defense of the flag. Wow, what a weapon. Keep pushing. Keep driving. Don't stop. Oh, damn. All right, well, with good speed, we should have been able to make it through there, but, man, sometimes you just can't. Sometimes there's a Tomahawk missile accuracy and range of AT grenades. My idea there was to basically just, you know, try to kill as many enemy troops from down here and lead them out that way. But not happening today. So you can see the final desperate defense here as Germans try to hold the flag here. Wow, I can't believe this. Hit that guy. Can you guys not even see him? Wow, even I saw him. All right, well, let's go ahead and hold here with our last soldier. Let's try to get one last grenade off. See if we can take as many Americans down with us as possible. Let's cook it as long as possible. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Come at me, bitch. All right, let's see if we can grab some more grenades. Oh, wait, not that way. Hold on. Let's get this grenade here. Somebody's got to have some more grenades. Oh, it's going to be too late here. He's not going to be able to pull it out until he gets popped by tank crew. There you go. All right, so that's the defense here, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, thanks for hitting that like button, showing Pershing and everyone else your support. We do have a knife here with the officer, so we're going to finish this off with one final knife throw. It seems like the body of Abraham Lincoln, Zombie Lincoln, is out in the battlefield, and if we defeat him, America will surrender. That we could see alternative history here, guys. Look at it. Oh, America's retreating. They think they won. They think they won. All right, we're sneaking in here. I'm going to throw a knife at him. Watch this. Let's get our knife out. We're recapping. Wow, what an interesting mod. Oh, he's got his handgun. Hold on a second. Break yourself, fool! Oh, get wrecked, son! Get wrecked! And that's how Germany won World War V. It's pretty accurate, you guys. Pretty accurate. Oh, look at this guy's coming back. Hold it. Oh, well, I wanted to end it there, but now I'm having too much fun. I just want to knife a dude now. I just want to get a guy with a knife. Sector's under our control. What's up, America? You running? You going? Oh, you coming back now? Oh, shit, he was still there. We got to get him. Fuck. Oh, yeah, come on. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm going to throw this knife. Oh, we got someone sneaking up. Oh, shit, that's Zombie Lincoln. You're not doing it today, Lincoln. Get wrecked, bitch. Oh, fuck, he dodged my knife. You're not doing it, Lincoln. Oh, no! Zombie Lincoln wins. All right, good. I had a good time in this mod. Pershing and his team will definitely make some changes here to make sure that it is more fun and enjoyable for you guys. So always give feedback, too, in the comment sections to let them know what works, what doesn't, and, of course, they'll fix them as soon as they can. America has taken this flag like 4 times now. That's how fun it's been. All right, until next time, password, Pan Strong. I'll see you all. Circle 7, I'm out.